leagues ever since, so perhaps he's caught Dana at AAA Salt Lake. Logan O'Hoppe caught a backswing, a warm-up backswing from Jacob Wilson right under the chin, and he, like Ryan Jeffers, is on the concussion list, so a little thin behind the plate, both of these clubs.
Well, you talk about the right-hander out there, Dana. Big kid, young, really good arm from what we've heard from guys like Mark Langston. Control a little bit of an issue for him. In 82 minor league innings this year, he walked 46. So hopefully the Twins can work some base runners just by being patient tonight.
Well, one of the more patient guys, Austin Martin, leads off, and he hits the first pitch, of course, to Zach Neto, the fine shortstop. Backhands it, throws to first, and Martin is out on the pitch.
You know, when I was a leadoff man for a long time, I'd swing at the first pitch and make it out. Ted Simmons would always say, way to look him over.
Thanks, Paul.
You didn't show the other guys much right there, Austin.
Here's Matt Wallner. Wallner is one for his last 11. Yeah, big right-hander, four-seam fastball more than half the time. A 5-inning start against the Royals, his first start of the year 5 days ago. 2 hits, 2 runs, one of which was earned a walk and 4 strikeouts. As Wallner swings at the first pitch, and he fouls one back of home, and the count is 0-1. Did make 3 starts last year as a 20-year-old. When 1 and 2 of the 9.58, they really rushed him. Big broad-shouldered right-hander with the Thor-like hair spilling out from under his hat. And he misses with a changeup off the plate away, and the count is 1-1. 347 down the left field line, 350 down the right field line. 390, 396, just off point in straightaway center field as Wallner swings and misses. And the count is 1-2. That was another changeup and a good one. You've got the trees in straightaway center field where the field comes to a point, then a big grass berm above that for a batter's eye. Just to left center, you've got the famous Disney rocks and the waterfall. And they have the truck now parked in left field. Used to be parked in center. Pitch on the way. Swung on a miss, and down goes Matt Wallner. And there are 2 quick outs for Caden Dana. Yeah, one of the sponsors always parks a pickup truck, and it used to be on those rocks in center, and I think if you hit the truck, somebody won it. It is now in left field, adjacent to the bullpens. This is a sneaky home run park. It doesn't give up home runs easily, but if you can curl them down into that left field corner, to me, that's always been a sneaky little spot to hit one out.
I always thought that this park, especially day games, the ball carries extremely well. And early evenings here, the same. The later it gets, and sometimes when that cool air starts creeping over the ballpark, it gets a little bit bigger in the outfield.
Luke Keyshaw now the hitter. One of a slew of Californians playing here for the first time as he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Starting lineup, Keyshaw, Larnach, Lewis, Lee, Outman, all California natives. Pitch on the way, and it's taken down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. The Angels, despite the subpar record, feel really good about their bullpen. It's their offense that has been really kind of hot and cold. They hit a lot of home runs, but they punch out a ton. There's a strike taken inside corner, 2-1. They really haven't been very consistent offensively, despite the fact they have some individuals putting up good numbers. Caden Dana square to the plate. Now twists into his windup and delivers. And he catches the zone again with a strike. That's a slider. Count is 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Keyshaw. No Buxton in the lineup today. Keyshaw's 7-game hitting streak. Big hole on the right side to work with. And he watches low, and the count goes full 3-2.
Yeah, good take on 2-2 by Keyshaw there. First right-on-right changeup that we've seen.
Trying to get a sense of young right-hander Caden Dana. Keyshaw has the string out. The 3-2 pitch is taken for a called strike 3. And the inning is over. Keyshaw tried to sell it, threw his bat to first, started to walk towards first base, and he's now apologizing to Ryan Blake. He's saying, hey, I wasn't trying to show you up. So no runs, hits, or errors for the Twins and a couple of strikeouts.
Your day.
Fear
And the roar you hear from this crowd, this red-clad crowd in Anaheim, is for future Hall of Famer Mike Trout, sitting on 398 home runs. Simeon Woods Richardson delivers for a strike, and it's 0-1. First pitch curveball from Sim. Mike Trout fighting it, to say the least. He has 20 homers this year, but he hasn't hit one in 25 games. And a pitch off the inside corner, 1-1. We alluded to it the other day, Paul. When you come up on those round numbers, sometimes it gets a little harder to find your swing. Pitch on the way. Swung on and sliced down the right field line and tailing out of play. It's 1-2.
You know, most players will just tell you when they have milestones on the horizon, they're just going to keep playing their game and go about it. But all of a sudden, in Mike's case, 5 games, 10 games, now 20-some games where he hasn't hit a home run, it starts to be a component of what your mind goes through before each and every at-bat.
Hitting leadoff for just the third time this year, and he watches high in the count 2-2. He was hit by a pitch on Friday. It was the 106th time he's been plunked. That's a new Angels record. He also joins Tim Sam and Garrett Anderson, the only Angels over 1,000 runs batted in. 2-2 on the ground, hard towards third. Backhand pickup by Royce Lewis, throws to first. And Royce retires Mike Trout. There's one away for Yoan Moncada. Again, no Joe Adell. And he's had a huge year, 30 homers, 95 driven in. Taylor Ward has had a big year, 30 and 95. Trout, 20 home runs this year. This team is 4th in the AL in homers, but boy, they are not good in pretty much any other offensive number you want to look at. There's a strike called to Moncada. Paul, they're 14th out of 15 teams in average, 11th in runs, 14th in hits. They don't steal bases. Their on base is 14th. Their OPS is only 11th. And the strikeouts are top shelf. They strike out far and away more than any other club. It's just ball one high, it's 1-1.
Well, it was good catching up with a couple guys that I used to compete against, in Mark Langston and Mark Gubiza. And they talked about how the Angels' offense, over 50% of their runs by the home run. And I know that's kind of more commonplace, but there's not a lot of teams that are in that same category. And puts a lot of pressure every night if you're not hitting the ball over the fence to win ball games.
Ball too high, and it's 2-1. Gasper puts up the target, and this one chopped towards first. Grabbed by Cody Clemens. He'll take it himself. So Sim working third base and first base, 2 ground ball outs, and now it's Zach Neto. Zach Neto's a guy who I believe is one of the premier shortstops in the game. And I know Ron Washington was a huge part of his development, a guy who was rushed to the big leagues. He's from Campbell University. Played in Jim Perry Stadium, as we found out, at Campbell University. He's sitting on 25 homers and 24 bags this year, and he takes in 1 ball, no strikes. He can do a little bit of everything at shortstop. Good defender, has a big open stance. Pitch delivered from Sim, and a curveball smacked to left field. Martin has to play it on a hop, and there's a base hit for Zach Neto. Zach Neto, with that base hit, is now 4 for 4 in his career against Simeon Woods Richardson. Sim, as we mentioned, 5 1/3 1-run innings, didn't walk a batter, and fanned 7 in a win at Target Field earlier this year against the Angels. Pete Mackey told us the big difference in that game when he missed with his fastball, he missed north-south, not east-west. Taylor Ward now the hitter. Big lead for Neto, and the pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by Gasper. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, Neto, like you said, an all-around player, comes in tonight with 24 stolen bases. I'm sure he'd like to get into some of those 25-25 and an outside shot at 30-30.
Only 5 Angels have gone 25-25, and they're a pretty good group. He's running, and the pitch is taken high. The throw from Mickey Gasper is a one-hopper. Keishel can't hold on to it. There's stolen base number 25 for Zach Neto. Stolen base number 25 for Zach. He now has 25 homers, 25 stolen bases, and he joins this group: Bobby Bonds, Don Baylor, Darren Erstad, Shohei Ohtani, and Mike Trout, who did it 3 times. That is the entirety of the list of Angels who have accomplished that feat, and they've had some really good players here. More importantly, he's in scoring position for Taylor Ward. Ward chasing 100 runs batted in, and Neto's going to take third. Wood steps off, throws to Royce Lewis, who's not on the bag, and he just stole third right out from under the nose of the Minnesota Twins. Wow.
Well, Simeon Woods Richardson did a nice job of multiple looks. Neto was trying to anticipate the pitch home, and he just took off. And I think Royce Lewis probably at fault there for not keeping an eye on Neto and getting to third base and do a better job of covering the bag.
They're going to call a balk, so no stolen base. As the pitch is low, it's 3-0. And I think what happened there was when he stepped over and Royce wasn't there and he didn't throw. I think that's the balk. Stepped to the base, he didn't throw. So no stolen base for Neto. But he certainly forced that error as Royce nowhere near the bag. Now a runner at third. A 3-0 count to a guy who's driven in 95 runs this year.
Yeah, I wasn't really watching what Simeon did once I realized that he had him picked off, so that's very likely that he made a fake throw and the balk ensued.
3-0. Man, that drops in for a strike, 3-1. Now, one thing you've got going for you against a guy like Ward, 30 homers, yes, 95 RBI, a ton. But strikes out a lot. So you got a guy at third with 2 outs. If ever there's a time to hunt a punchy, this would be it. The set from Sim, and the pitch, swung on a miss to throw a fastball by him. And the count is now 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. 2 out runner at third base is Neto. Scoreless game. And the pitch is taken for a called strike 3. After the balk, Simeon Woods Richardson picks up his teammates by going from 3-0 to the dugout. He strikes out Ward to end a scoreless first. We've played one in Anaheim. We are 0-0 on your home for Twins Baseball.
Real talk, real.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit them.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Native California. He was born in Northern California. We're in SoCal tonight as he swings and misses, and the count is 1-1. The sun is setting behind us. We've got a glow out over the freeway. You can see the Mighty Ducks Arena off in the distance and the San Gabriel Mountains in a cloudless sky. Pitch on the way to Larnach, and it's wide. Fastball missed 2-1. Temperature climbed up probably into the low 90s here today. No humidity, but a warm one. Giving away a Mike Trout bobblehead to the fans through the gates here this evening. Pitch on the way, and Larnach hits one foul down near his own dugout.
Yeah, when we walked into the park early this afternoon, they had them all stacked up on tables, and I was hoping to try to nab one when they weren't looking, but didn't take that chance.
We needed to, do it, make a distraction of some sort. Didn't think that one through.
Now you see me.
2-2. Pitch wide. 3-2, exactly. Would have Provis go down, start screaming, rolling around on the ground. You grab it. Got away scot-free. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Larned. They set up away. Pitch on the way. And it's wide, ball 4. Nice job, Trevor. First base runner for the Twins. They were pretty eager to get after the young right-hander Caden Dana in the first inning. They only 11 pitches for a 1-2-3 inning. And now Royce Lewis, who grew up and went to high school about a half an hour from here, will dig in for his very first professional at-bat in this ballpark. He's either been hurt or in the minor leagues every time the Twins have come here to Southern California the last couple of years. Has played at Dodger Stadium. He's played in Oakland, Sacramento, San Francisco. And his numbers in California are good. 326 average in his career in California. Royce holds the bat high coming off a 2-hit day yesterday. And he watches the first pitch wide, 1 ball, no strikes. He did not get a count on how many friends and family would be in attendance. He said it wouldn't be that bad. Royce telling me, I'm just not that popular there. I might disagree with it. The 1-0. Swung on and hit well. Center field. That ball is deep. Teodosio's at the base of the wall in front of the rocks. He leaps. Did he grab it? No. Home run. I believe it's a home run for Royce Lewis. A 2-run homer for Royce. Teodosia still sitting on the warning track. Gets up. No ball in the glove. And Royce Lewis, welcome home. A 2-run shot and the Twins are on top.
How about that, Chris? His first swing at Angel Stadium results in a home run to straightaway center. And I could not tell if Teodosio caught that ball.
He sold it. He leapt at the wall and just kind of slumped down on the ground. Now, Agent Scott Borish has a field-level suite here at the Big A, Angel Stadium, and I believe Royce's family sitting in that field-level suite, and they were going crazy as he rounded between third and home. 2-run homer, Twins up a pair. Here's Cody Clemens. The first pitch to Cody is there for a strike, and the count is 0-1.
Yeah, I think you're right about that group down there. And a little strange because it's right next to the Angels' dugout, but Royce acknowledged them coming around third.
Has to feel good for Royce as the 0-1 is there for a strike right on the letters of Clemens. But he hit that ball a long way. They listed it 397. If it's 397, I mean it scraped paint on the way over. Right in front of the waterfall. The 0-2 swung through, and down goes Clemens. He's out on strikes. Third strikeout for Caden Dana. 5th-ranked Angels prospect, and there's one away now for Brooks Lee. Unlike Royce, Brooks has had a tough go of it in California. He's from the Central Coast, so not really right next door to either Southern California or Northern California. But he went 0 for 11 last year in San Francisco. He went 2 for 17 in Sacramento. He did get a couple of knocks against the Dodgers. Batting left-handed, he hits a high pop-up down the third base line. The Moncada chasing foul ground right next to the wall, and that one lands on top of the wall over the little-used tarp, and the count is 0-1. As they find a new baseball, let's take 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins Baseball.
This is your flagship home for Twins Baseball. News Talk 830.
No balls and a strike to Royce. I'm sure there'll be plenty of, to Brooks. You got Royce on the brain after the home run. I'm sure there'll be plenty of friends and family here for Brooks as well. As an off-speed pitch nibbles the outside corner, it's 0-2. We saw a bunch of them at Dodger Stadium earlier this year. There'll be a bunch of Outmans, Keyshaws. Good West Coast trip. 2-0 Twins lead. 2-strike pitch is down, and the count is 1-2. The Twins don't have a ton of pure Southern California kids on the roster, but there are so many of them scattered around the big leagues. This is a baseball hotbed, Orange County in particular. But this ballpark hosts so many events for kids as they are working their way through the high school ranks and the travel ball ranks that it's kind of a big deal to play here as a teenager. This ball smacked towards second base. It's going to be gloved there by Renifo. Little hollow off the end of the bat and 2 outs. Gasper will be the batter. But if you're in a perfect game showcase or you get to a state section final or a state tournament, this is the place that all high school kids want to play.
You know, if you're 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18, and you get a chance to play in a big league ballpark. I know that's how the kids in Minnesota feel when they get to those state championship games and get to play at beautiful Target Field.
Mickey Gasper's now the hitter. A couple of New Jersey guys going nose to nose. Here is a ball high, 1 ball, no strikes. Mickey, of course, grew up in New Hampshire. I have to say that, or my friends in New Hampshire text me. They claim him because he went to high school there. Lives in Freehold, New Jersey, though, as a pitch high, and it's 2-0. Don Bosco Prep is a parochial powerhouse. That's the word John Vitas used. And he would know the New Jersey prep scene. That's where Caden played as a pitch high. It's 3-0. And if you think of a famous New Jersey athlete from the last handful of years, they probably went there. Guys like Jabril Peppers were part of the football program. I think Phil Simms' kids all went there. 3 balls and no strikes to Mickey. 2 out, 2 in. This pitch taken right across the chest for strike 1, 3-1. It's the Cretin-Durham Hall of North Jersey.
Sounds like quite a few athletes have come through that program.
Caden Dana certainly looks the part. Big 6'4" right-hander. Taps the rubber. Here it comes. And it's dropped in there low. Ball 4. Gasper works a walk. Second walk issued in the inning. And now it's James Outman's turn, another California kid.
It's a little surprised to see a 3-1 slider to Mickey Gasper with 2 outs and nobody on, but we'll take it.
Yeah, I know there are so many different charts as they go through and figure out the ideal pitch, but at a certain point in time when a guy really hasn't hit much or hit from any power, and you've got a plus fastball, sometimes maybe you think you're going to challenge him. There's a pitch low to Outman, 1 ball, no strikes. Outman has really struggled with the bat. Had his best season here in Southern California. And the Twins are going to give him a long ramp to try to find that stroke again. Big rangy lefty. And he takes a pitch just off the outside corner, and it's 2-0. So after an 11-pitch first inning, including a couple of strikeouts, young Caden Dana has already thrown 22 pitches here in a 2-run second. 2 walks and the home run for Royce Lewis. Crowd is restless, and a throw to first.
We talked about a little bit in the first of a young pitcher like this, making him work, throw pitches. You know, this inning was set up really by Larnach's at bat to start the inning, working that walk, taking a nice close pitch on 3-2 count.
The set from Dana. Gasper bluffs, doesn't go, and the pitch checked at for a strike. Changeup. That seems to be his safety blanket when he really needs a strike.
I think almost every count he's been behind, he's gone to that slider or changeup. Not showing a lot of confidence in those situations with that plus fastball.
You know, we talk about it as a plus fastball. He throws it about 94, which is below average at this point in time for the first time ever as ball 3 wide. The average right-handed fastball in Major League Baseball eclipsed 95 miles an hour about 3 weeks ago. So as plus as it seems to us, you know, it's not as if he's breaking records with the thing. Twitch from Gasper, not going. The ball popped foul back at home. 3-2. And speaking of foul balls, we were told by no less an authority than Mark Langston that we are in prime foul ball territory. They've moved us down a couple of booths, and he said they come in hot. Mike Herman's in the booth to our left. He already has one on this road trip. He came up, saw the view, immediately went down to the clubhouse and got his glove and came back up.
These are big open windows.
Yeah, well, no windows. They're just big open spaces.
You had told me about this before we got here when we were in Kansas City, and what a setup.
Oh, it's beautiful. The legendary Mike Noto looking over our shoulders. We got it all. There goes the runner, 3-2, and the pitch is taken for a called strike 3. So the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Caden Dana. But Royce Lewis, welcome back to Southern California. 2-run homer for Royce. Twins are up 2-0. Sim, back to the bump when we return on your home for Twins Baseball.
Listen live.
down the left field line. But he got a pretty good pitch to hit, too. It was a slider, and it kind of flattened out middle of the zone, and he just missed it. No balls in to strike. Simeon Woods Richardson with a 2-run lead. We're in the home second. Pitch on the way to Rengifo, and it's off the plate away 1-1. Reel in the end of summer by catching your Minnesota Twins from the dock, presented by Winnebago Industries. It includes space for 12 guests and $30 of loaded value on each ticket. Book your one-of-a-kind experience at twins.com/dock. Ground ball left side of the diamond, picked up by Royce on the run. He throws over to first base to get Rengifo for out number 1. Royce has gone with the bright gold arm sleeve and the gold spikes. I don't know if those are Kobe spikes or what's going on. But
I think they're Viking spikes.
Oh, they are. The purple. Look at that. He's got a purple wristband on his left arm. He's got Vikings gold on his right arm, and then he's got Viking spikes on. How about that? It's a pitch low 1-0.
And then he went deep.
Talk about knowing your audience, right? Oswald Peraza's the hitter playing at first base. He wears some bright pinkish purple spikes, and he swings and misses 1-1. You might remember Peraza with the Yankees briefly, parts of 4 seasons. He played mostly third, short, and second. He didn't hit, and that's why he's an Angel. Filling in for Shonowell at first base. And he takes a pitch in, and the count is now 2-1. Only hit a .192 in 4 seasons in pinstripes, and that was as long as the audition there was going to get. The 2-1, low, 3-1. Again, Joe Adell was a late scratch, some vertigo symptoms. Logan O'Hoppe has a concussion. Matthew Lugo replaced Adell in the lineup, and Lugo is on deck. Rookie from Puerto Rico. 3-1, popped up right back to us. Right in front of me.
That was as close as I've
landed
ever
right on
seen.
the rail.
I needed about 3 more feet.
I needed about 6 more inches. The hands were out, but it was right on the rail in front of me. I'm sure Gladden will be texting any minute that I should have dove out and grabbed it. That was pretty close. I should have got up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. And it's high, ball 4. I really thought it was going to clip the top.
I did too at
overhang.
first. Yeah.
And then when it didn't, it came down like a tight breaking curveball, and it didn't get as deep into the desk as I kind of was thinking. So I had the hands out, wore it to be on the desk, but probably should have got up to meet the ball. Here's Lugo. That's just one, Paul. You've been asking all year for a foul ball.
And now I'm hoping I don't get one.
Langston said he caught one in self-defense. First pitch ripped straight back by Lugo, and the count is 0-1. Playing in his 28th game. Lugo is the nephew of Carlos Beltran. And wouldn't you know it, he went to Carlos Beltran Academy in Puerto Rico.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you go to a school named after your uncle. I'll follow him into the big leagues, throw over to first base. And Peraza's back safely. Yeah, Langston said the ball was coming at him, and everything in his brain was get out of the way, and then he just reached up and caught it. And he didn't even remember doing it. As a fastball misses in on the count 1-1. But you know what? You train your body and your mind long enough. You've been catching baseball since you were tiny. I think one comes up here, you're going to grab it.
I think I would at least make an attempt if it was close enough. I'm not going to fall over this rail trying to do it.
I can't afford to lose you.
And then I get booed for a bad landing.
Pitch high, it's 2-1. That was the old dark joke about Philly fans, right? The guy fell out catching it and they booed his landing.
Yeah, that was a Bob Uecker line.
Yeah, that's what it was. 2 balls and a strike. Twins up 2-0. Working at the bottom of the order. Important for Sim to be efficient. Runner got a great jump. Ground ball. Passed it Ivan Lewis into left field for a base hit. Lead runner's going to advance to third base. As Peraza now 90 feet away on a ground ball single from Matthew Lugo through the left side of the diamond.
I'm not sure if that was an actual hit and run. We just don't see that play put on all that often in the game anymore. But Rengifo got off. He got a good jump, and that ball just squeezed in between Royce and Brooks. easy first to third situation.
It was nice to see just the subtle things. As Royce was diving, he was on the ground. Brooks, recognizing where the runner was, circled around to take the bag at third to make sure they were covered for a play there. Play that did not end up happening. So first and third now for Sebastian Rivero, his first at bat since 2022. Rivero swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. He played 34 games in 21 and 22 with the Royals and hit a .167. So it has been a minute. In a catching-starved league, he has found his way back. 46-year-old Venezuelan. And a chance to drive in a run. Sim delivers, and a swing and miss, and the count is 0-2. And I would think, as part of the scouting report, like, you know that, right? You know that this guy hasn't been playing. You know he's going to be over anxious, maybe, excited to be back in the big leagues, and that he's a guy you can and have to attack.
Looks like he's willing to expand. There's no way you can throw him a strike here.
0-2, taken low. He checked. Mickey wants an appeal with Jen Powell at first base. She says he didn't go. It's 1-2.
Almost got that chase on that slider down and away.
You could almost see the brakes grinding as he tried not to swing that bat. Twins up 2-0, but Angels on the corners. Lugo takes a sizable lead at first. He runs, and the pitch is fouled away over our heads, and the count stays at 1-2. Lugo will have to peel off and head back to first. Lugo is a long, lanky sort. And I want to say, did Carlos wear 15? He did. Beltran wore 15 with the Royals, and he wore it with the Astros, and with the Mets, and with San Francisco, and then again with Houston at the end. So, honoring his uncle in a couple of ways. This pitch smashed in the air, right center field. Outman racing back on it, leaps up, over his head, it's off the wall. One run's going to score. It's a track meet. Lugo gets a windmill at third as the ball is rainbowed back to Lee. Lee relay to the plate, not in time. Welcome back to the big league, Sebastian Rivero. A game-time two-run double over the head of James Outman in center, and we're all locked up in Anaheim.
Yeah, Simeon went to the well one too many times with that slider. Just didn't get it out where he needed to. The ball hit very sharply. Thought Outman might have a chance, but the ball had a little bit more hop on it than he expected. Big hit for the Angels, getting right back in the game.
From an unlikely source, a guy who just showed up today, Riviero. He's at second for Teodosio. Bryce Teodosio, big right-handed hitter. The first pitch is fouled straight back. That's off to our right and down into the lower bowl. 0-1. You noted this. The Angels do not have a true left-handed hitter. A couple of switch hitters, but do not have a true left-handed hitter. Teodosio, big rookie out of Clemson. He pops this one up off his fist. It's near the first base dugout. Gasper chasing, and he dropped it. Hit him right in the glove. Mickey was running up the line. That ball is tailing back away from him, and he had his glove out, but it wasn't like the frying pan style. The glove was actually up, and it clanged right off of the glove, and that's going to be an E2 on Mickey Gasper. That's got to be an out.
And the ball didn't have a ton of height on it, but Mickey had chance to get over there. I'm not sure if he peeked at the base runner or whatever. He just couldn't look that ball into the glove for a catch.
So it's 0-2, and the pitch is swung on and fouled away. 1 out, 2 in, runner at second base. You know, the way he went up to catch it, if you've got a regular glove on, you got a shot, but that's a tough catch to make in a catcher's mitt. No balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. Swung on and popped up high in the air, back of first into right field for Wallner. Wallner's under it, cut gets into position, and Wallner rallies the ball back to the infield. No advance attempted, and the error doesn't hurt Simeon Woods-Richardson, costing just a couple pitches, and here's Mike Trout.
You know, I make this point often, and I don't want to beat it into the ground, but walks in certain situations, they just lead to bad things. You know, Larnach, 2-run homer by Lewis. They get the walk from Peraza.
And now you end up facing Mike Trout, runner at second, 2 out. First pitch swung through, and the count is 0-1. Trout has had all sorts of injury issues last handful of years. He's played over 100 games this year, DHing primarily right now. Still menacing in the box. And the pitch is high, and the count is 1-1. You watch him now, and it's easy to forget that for a decade out here in Anaheim, after most of us went to bed in the other time zones, he was doing things that no right-handed hitter had done since guys like DiMaggio. I look back to second, now the pitch, and it's taken for a strike, and it's 1-2. Trout is far and away the leader in WAR among all active players. He's approaching 400 homers. The MVPs, there's several MVPs he didn't win but probably should have. The defense, the running game, it was all there. The pitch taken low. What has been missing is postseason baseball. And that's always been something, has it kind of held against Trout. How come you can't will your team into the playoffs, even with Trout and Ohtani on the same squad? But that's just not how baseball works.
It doesn't work that way. And when the Angels aren't making playoffs and they're playing in the time zone that they are, you're not going to get that exposure that you would in other markets and other places.
Pitch to Mike, hit hard to left field, and that's a base hit. Riviero takes the turn. Austin Martin up with the baseball. He'll throw to second. Mike Trout, go-ahead single here in the second inning, and the Angels lead 3-2. RBI number 1,009 for Mike Trout.
Well, if you watch Mike Trout at bats as of late, teams really try to pound him in, keep him from getting extended, and Simeon Woods Richardson did that early in that bat, but he tried it one too many times, and Trout able to pull his hands in and line that ball on the left for a 2-out RBI.
So the Twins get the big moment, a 2-run homer from Royce Lewis, and you're coming out, you're facing the bottom part of the order, and this is a bottom part of the order that is, it's not an overwhelming lineup by big league standards. You've got Peraza, who's a 200 career hitter. Lugo is a rookie with 27 games. Riviero hasn't played in 3 years. And it's that group that gets you. And it's just a reminder that, A, there are no soft spots in a big league lineup, and B, you just can't afford to put guys on for free, especially guys on a team in the Angels that don't walk. This team does not walk. Outside of Trout and Ward, really nobody walks on this club. But Peraza did, and it's cost Simeon Woods Richardson and the Twins dearly. See what he can do with Yoan Moncada. Batting left-handed. He's a switch hitter. He checks his swing at a pitch. And did he go? He did not. 1 ball, no strikes. Moncada's a switch hitter, but right now it is so painful for him to bat right-handed that they lift him against lefties because he's unable to bat from the right side. So I'm going to foul straight back in the count 1-1. So I guess that's one way to get a left-handed hitter in your lineup if he can't hit from the right side. Trout down at first base, yucking it up with Cody Clemens. Wanders off the bag. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a throw over. Mike dives back in safely. Trout, obviously a huge Eagles fan, famously has been found in the stands at Eagles games. Not in a suite. He's right out there. Painted green and going crazy. And this pitch checked that up and in. He didn't go, and the count is 2-1 now to Moncada. Well, now they say a win. How about that?
Yeah, that was a late check. Usually if you hesitate at all or delay asking for that call, you don't get it. But we'll take it right now.
Marvin Hudson goes the way of the Twins at third base. It's now 1-2. See if he can get off the field here. Twins have struggled with 2 outs as a pitching staff. We're in the home second, and the Angels are on top 3-2 with a 3-run inning. Trout at first base. Simeon delivers, and the pitch is taken, and it's 2-2. A lot of pitches for Simeon Woods Richardson. It's number 48, and we're in the second inning. Twins and Angels from the West Coast on a Monday night. We could be here a bit. Pitch on the way, wide, and it's 3-2. This has all the makings of a 3-hour and 46-minute 9-8 sort of game right now. See if Sim can get off the field with his 50th pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Trout will be moving. Infield backs up. Mike runs, swing and miss, and the inning is over. The second strikeout for Simeon. Both of them have ended innings, but the Halos get him for 3 in the second. 3-2 Angels after 2. We'll check in with Gino next on the Home for Twins Baseball. But I was wrong. The Rosse right-hander. As Martin takes a strike call, then it's 1-1.
Yeah, I thought I was wrong with the Goltz call because I didn't recall his stint with the Dodgers in the World Series.
Yeah, nor did I in 1981. I always think of that as the Steve Howe World Series. I think that was 81 or that. Yeah. Came out of the bullpen and kept giving up home runs.
Steve Howe.
1 ball and 2 strikes. A lead for Caden Dana. We'll see which of these young pitchers can grab a lead and run with it. Martin was out on a pitch in his first trip, and that one nearly hit him. And the count is 2-2. Slider. A lot of off speed from Caden Dana.
81. That was a Yankees Dodgers, right?
Yep.
The split season year.
I feel like they were all Yankees Dodgers there for a while. You guys ruined it in 82. A little fister into center field, and that's a base hit. See what I did there, Milwaukee? Fister, I got like a double entendre there for deep cut as a base hit up the middle.
Might have to explain that to some
people. The Fister Hotel, the famous Hotel of Presidents. Haunted, allegedly.
Haunted. Just ask Jerry White.
Jerry White will tell you that there are no two ways about it, and some of his players might have had something to do with that. Some of their shenanigans involving Jerry at the Fister. Runner at first base, the tying run. Wallner's the hitter, and the pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in this dilemma yesterday, Paul, where you've got a guy who swings and misses a lot, and he does have big power, but do you run? Do you stay put with nobody out to see if he hits one out and then run with one out? Like, what do you do? Pitch on the way, and it's well outside. It's 2-0, another changeup.
Well, I run. For one, getting to second base with nobody out really increases your chance to score. And so far, Dana has not shown an ability to speed up his delivery with runners on base. He's below average.
Often one of the last things that comes for young pitchers. Martin's very low to the ground in his crouch. And he draws a throw, and he dives back.
And now on top of that, you see his move, and it's a long arm, his slow feet. If you want to, you can take that little cheat out there with that momentum lead. And
edging away. Wallner in the box. Another half step for Austin. Not going. And the pitch is down and in, 3-0. I'll throw this into the stew as well. In addition to long arms, slow feet. He's all over the place right now. And he doesn't throw a lot of fastballs. And the slider and the change are going to be tougher pitches to throw a guy out on. With a guy who hasn't been in the big league since 2022. 3-0, misses, ball 4. So nobody runs, but Austin advances anyway. And that's the third walk already for Caden Dana, and the pitching coach is going to come out and pay him a visit. Pitching coach is Barry Enright. The assistant pitching coach, a familiar name. How about Sal Fasano?
Big Sal.
Yeah, Big Sal is the assistant pitching coach. Luke Keeshaw's going to hit with runners at first and second, nobody out, a 3-2 lead for the Angels. Yeah, he's not the bullpen coach. He's the assistant pitching coach.
Well, he's been in the coaching business for quite a while. I'm trying to remember Kansas City or other places he might have contributed to coaching staffs along the way.
Luke Keeshaw having a conversation with Tommy Watkins up the third base line. They break up the party on the mound, and now Tommy going through a few signs, trying to get the attention of Martin at second, Wallner at first. Keeshaw struck out looking on a full count pitch in the first. Single and a walk to start this inning. Twins down a run. Elevate your gaming experience as a member of Treasure Island's Passport Club. Join for free and get access to exclusive benefits, promotions, and more. Visit TICasino.com for details. Come on, Luke. Keeshaw anchored in from the right side. The pitch is on the way, and Luke watches it for a strike. It was a first pitch slider, and it's 0-1. We have just not seen the heater be an effective pitch tonight, or a pitch that Dana seems to trust when he needs a strike. This one hit sharply left side and through. That's a base hit. Martin finds another gear, taps the bag, cuts it towards home. He's going to score. It's a game-tying RBI single, Luke Keeshaw, and we've got a 3-3 contest. First and second, nobody out for the Twins here in the third.
Yeah, when we talked to some of the Angel broadcasters about his velocity, they said 96, 97. We just haven't seen that, and that's probably part of the reason we're seeing a lot more off-speed pitches. Keeshaw getting a change up there and just drilling it through that 5-hole on the left side.
Austin running from second had to ball right in front of him, and once he saw it slip through, he found another gear, cut the corner, and scored easily. Here's Larnach. He walked and scored in the second. And Trevor sees a breaking ball strike, and the count is 0-1. At some point, he's going to flip that breaking ball up there, and Trevor Larnach's going to put it in the seats in right field. Ball will carry a bit there to right. Those bleachers over the what is now a short wall in right field. It used to have to clear both walls. This one's a change-up away, and the count is 1-1. Can't come here without thinking of the time that the actor Charlie Sheen bought the entire right field grandstand and sat out there by himself with a glove, hoping to catch a home run ball, and nobody hit one.
I do not know why. I don't know that.
It's pretty good, though, right?
It's a great little trivia fact there.
Step and a look back to second by Dana, but nobody's covering the bag.
That's a lot of seats out there.
Yeah, and the top part I don't think that's there now. I don't think it was there at the time. I think it was more open out. Mm-hmm. And remember the A was out in left field.
I've seen this stadium in all phases over the past 40 years.
Swinging miss by Larnach in the count 1-2. Well, it's an older ballpark. And I think I had the line maybe a decade ago that, like most things in their 50s in L.A., it's had some work done. I think it's working. Feels much younger than it is. A 1-2. Swung on a miss to chase that changeup off the plate, and that's out number 1. I think Trevor would like another look at that one. He swung through the rare fastball that he had to hit, and that's out number 1. Now a double play ends the inning. It's Royce Lewis and his Viking spikes. Royce, of course, homering in his first swing here back in his native Southern California. Grew up about 27 miles from this ballpark, which in Southern California could mean you're there in 20 minutes or you're there in 2 hours. First pitch is a strike called. That was a fastball inner half 0-1. I think a bunch of the guys were with Royce last night. They went to his dad's restaurant, had a little team bonding. Some of them still wearing their football jerseys. The 0-1 high. 1-1.
I saw a bunch of the guys after we had gotten in, and they were all shuttled up, ready to go. I think that restaurant's only 10 minutes from the hotel.
Yeah,
and I heard they were fed very well.
I would imagine. Royce's dad down there at field level filming him from the dugout suite as a swinging foul tip in the count 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Royce Lewis. Wallner's at second base. Luke Keyshaw RBI single. He's at first base. 3-3 our score. Twins have battled back. They led 2-0. Trailed 3-2. Now 3-3. Need a crooked number out of this inning. You get 2 on with nobody out. In fact, you get the first 3 runners on and score a run, and there's still nobody out. You have to get a crooked number. Royce used the timeout. Now he taps the plate and leads back. Caden Dana has thrown 55 pitches tonight. Number 56 has swung on a tap to the left side of the diamond from Neto. On the charge, sidearm throw to first, a one-hopper, and it's picked up cleanly by Peraza to get Royce Lewis at first base. Runners advance to second and third. But it's going to take a swing from Cody Clemens for the Twins to break this tie.
Yeah, that was a huge pick over there at first base by Peraza. Just kind of a lackadaisical, off-balance throw by Neto. That gets by. There's nobody down that right field line, and we're circling the bases.
That's probably a 2-run pick right there. Wallner's at third. Keyshaw can fly. He's at second. Clemens yesterday hit the longest home run of his big league career. He takes high here, 1 ball, no strikes. And it was a moonshot over the batter's eye in center field. Scored it at 454. He said he'd hit bigger, longer ones in the minors. That was his longest big league homer. The pitch. Swung on a roll to the right side. Peraza has this one, says he'll take it himself, and does. And the Twins settle for 1. So 1 run in the inning on a couple of hits and a walk. Twins tie it at 3. We're back for the home third next on the Home for Twins Baseball.
Twins first pitch on the WCCO Morning News.
Stranded at third in the opening frame. Newest member of the 25-25 club. Simeon Woods Richardson has never retired him as a pitch fouled away, and the count is 0-2. 4 for 4 against Sim. But Woods Richardson has the 0-2 advantage here. Neto's a great story. He wasn't recruited out of the Miami area. He ended up on a bus tour where they bussed around and worked out for a couple of different colleges, ended up with a scholarship to Campbell, became a first-round pick and a big leaguer. Fouls another one into his own dugout. It was only later when we had Jim Perry join us for a very memorable night in the booth over Hall of Fame weekend, and he told us he would go to Campbell games and yell at umpires, that we found out that the stadium's named after Jim. The 0-2. Swung on and smacked into the left field corner, but foul. And still 0-2. So I guess if you build the stadium, you're allowed to yell at the umpires if you want to. And Jim would go watch, among others, guys like Zach Neto, making his alma mater proud. 0-2. Hit him. Hit him with a breaking ball. The Angels have now been hit with 84 pitches. That leads Major League Baseball. And the crowd's booing, but you got a guy 0-2 leading off an inning, but the last thing you want to do is hit him with a breaking ball. That would be very low on your list of desired results. And now you've got speed at first base, and I can't imagine he'll be there for long. Taylor Ward's the hitter.
Yeah, he's got a couple of strikeouts tonight, but he just hasn't been able to finish some hitters he's been ahead of there. Hit him with a split-fingered pitch.
Taylor Ward, home run threat. He's hit 30. There goes Neto, and the pitch is fouled away. That went into the sweet level above us. Trevor Plouffe had his glove out in the TV booth, but no chance, and it's 0-1. When Neto looks in at Ward and kind of gives him that look that says, you know what, let me steal this one, and then you can drive me in, because he had a great jump, Paul.
I think that's smart baseball when you know you can steal a base, that you let that guy go, especially with nobody out.
He's not going now, and the pitch is fouled straight back. And that one right below Trevor and Corey. So 1 up, 1 down, and the count is 0-2. Despite a losing record, they've drawn well here all season long. Nice Monday night crowd. Always loud, always wearing red. 0-2 pitch. Throw over to first base. Neto gets back. Now, Ward is a guy who strikes out a lot. He leans back on his right foot. Kind of cocks his front leg gingerly, stays up on the toe. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. He struck him out. 3 strikeouts in the ballgame for Sim, and 2 of them are Taylor Ward. So he is done. And here's Luis Rengifo. 3-3 our score. Home third. Angel Stadium. They always called it the Big A. Back in the day, the Rams played here. They had that literal, the Big A, that's now kind of over by the freeway in the parking lot. It used to be right in left field. Throw over to first base, and well, I tell you what, Cody Clemens wants him to maybe look at this because Neto slipped on the bag, and Clemens thinking that maybe he slipped right off the base, and they're going to challenge it. Twins are going to challenge this. He didn't slide back in on his belly, and he slipped and came off the bag ever so briefly, and we're going to have a challenge at first base.
Minnesota's challenging the safe call at first base.
Voice of crew chief Marvin Hudson. This manager's challenge is brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery. Are you game? Just say I'm in. Minnesota Lottery, where fun is always in play. He came back awkwardly, Paul, tried to keep his hand on the bag.
Yeah, I don't blame him for not diving. He wasn't really off all that far. His foot just slipped off the top of the base. And as he tried to reach back, I think Cody slapped that tag on him.
I think he's going to be out.
I do too.
Yeah, Cody knew it right away. His right foot slipped off. His left arm was coming down like electric slide style. And Cody had the glove on his rump, and I think he's going to be picked off at first base. Marvin Hudson appears to be close to a decision. Let's listen.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Minnesota will retain their challenge.
That's a good challenge. Cody knew it right away. That's a poor bit of base running from Zach Neto. And a great job by Cody and Joey Casey, who was featured in a piece in The Athletic today. Nails another one. And the Twins have empty bases and 2 out for Rengifo in a 3-3 game. That's a big deal. Pitch is low, 1 ball, no strikes.
We'll take that out. They've been a little outs tough to come by here over the last inning and 2/3.
And Jen Powell now has to learn what all of her fellow umpires have to deal with at some point in time when they get overruled. As a pitch fouled straight back, 1-1. That's part of this challenge system, right? As you've got your teammates, your umpiring teammates back in New York. Now, that was a really goofy call, and that was a really good challenge, and that's the type of play I guess the replay is built for. The 1-1 on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. And here's the thing: every single umpire ever has been wrong. They're right a lot.
Can't get them all right.
They are right.
No, they do a wonderful job as a whole, but that's what the system is meant for.
1-2 in the air, left center field. Martin angles out, now back in. He'll make the catch. And Sim, with the help of a replay overturn, faces the minimum in the 3rd. We've played 3. We're tied at 3 right here on your home for Twins Baseball.
Take a hack at guessing